be where they wish to be this morning. We ask for blessings on all of them, especially those who are suffering right now with COVID and their families who have lost loved ones. Please bring thy healing power upon all of them right now. We are grateful, Heavenly Father, to live in this great nation for all of her faults and all of our mistakes, that we still enjoy the greatest freedom and liberty on this planet. Help us to be mindful as we exercise the responsibilities thou places upon us as citizens of this nation. Help us to be good to each other. Help us to take care of our neighbor. And bless, Heavenly Father, those officials being sworn in this morning, taking upon them these solemn responsibilities. Please grant them wisdom, patience, humility, the ability to work hard and choose good team members to help them. And please bless, sustain their families who will sacrifice so much because of their public service. We ask for that guidance and wisdom as the five of us come together as a new body, that we may be able to reason well together. And please be with our staffs who help us, who give good advice, and who seek to do the very best for our residents. We thank thee for this glorious day and ask that we may be of service to thee as we go forward for the rest of the day. I say these things and ask these blessings, respectful of all faith, but mindful of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Supervisor Rutherford. It's my pleasure to invite the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Honor Guard to present the colors. You please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You all may be seated. Thank you, Sheriff John McMahon and his department for the color guard this morning. And again, I'd like to welcome all the family members and friends and the guests who are joining us in the chambers today. Thank you for sharing this. I'd also like to welcome Supervisor Josie Gonzalez, a former board member. Where's Josie? I know there she went in the back. Board of Supervisors, also a former chair who represented the 5th District for 16 years. Thank you, Josie, for coming here, and thank you for your many years of service as well. Supervisor Rao, Supervisor-elect Cook, and Supervisor-elect Bach, welcome, and welcome to your new seats for a little bit. You worked very hard for the privilege of being here today, and here by virtue of the fact they have been selected by the residents of your districts to represent them on policymaking body board of the county. And I just have to take this personal chance to say both are friends, both I've known for a long time, and the residents of their districts, all 3 districts, are very lucky to have these experienced members come on the Board of Supervisors. Thank you all for your public service in the past, and welcome to your new role. And it's time for our oath of office. Colonel Cook, you're up first, sir. And I'm going to ask you to Join us on the dais up here. And, oh, now we got you seated down. I'm sorry, Colonel, I'm not following instructions either. And then we have returning Supervisor Dawn Rao. Congratulations. And she's going to be introduced later or sworn in by her father, Robert Haynes, later on. And then Supervisor Joe Baca, thank you for coming up as well. First, I guess it's going to be Congressman Baca. You're going to come up here and swear in your son, Supervisor Baca. Please join us on the dais and be sworn in. I know, I'm like all. Sorry, I'm messing up all the instructions this morning. It's my fault though, but it's all going to be good when we're done. So Joe, you're first. Supervisor Joe Baca is being sworn in by his father, Congressman Joe Baca. And Congressman, how many years are you spending in Congress?
13 years.
13 years. Before that in the State House?
In the Senate and then the Assembly and as a school board member, 34 years of public service.
34 years of public service, and obviously you taught your family well. They're in public service many years as well. Thank you for all your years of public service. It's a great honor to have you here today.
The oath of office. Repeat after me. I
Joe Baca Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I
that I
will bear true faith
will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will take this obligation
that I will take this obligation
freely
freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I
and that I
will well
will
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, son. Supervisor Baca.
we get prepared for our next oath of office, it's going to be my great honor to introduce Colonel Paul Cook and his wife Jeannie. Colonel Cook and I have had the privilege to serve together. In fact, you were sitting in front of me for 6 years on the assembly floor. So I used to be able to hold up the little signs behind your head during the picture time and stuff. But as a great mentor, he's also served, 6 years now? 8 years. 8 years in Congress. Yeah, until today. That's right, as well as the public service of being in the Marine Corps for many, many years. 26 years in Marine Corps. So again, long lineage of public service. No, but 26 plus, was it 6 in assembly? 8 in local government, so 14 years in local government, another 8 in Congress. So we about 105 now, sir. But it's great to be able to work with Colonel Cook again. Love to have you bring your wife Jeannie up and swear you into office probably. God, I haven't figured out the math on that, but quite a few times been sworn at too.
I'm right here? Yes. I'm not getting married again, am I? No, oh, okay.
You would love it, and you know it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oath of office. Repeat after me. I, Paul Cook,
I, Paul Cook,
do solemnly swear or
Do s-
affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
California
the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
You did a great job. Thank you.
Remember to step up and sign.
Oh, picture. And it's my great honor to introduce Dawn Rao, who is going to be taking her oath of office with her father, Robert Haynes. Can I tell them our fun fact? Sure. Okay, not too many people know this. In fact, we didn't know this till about a year into, she's been on the board for 2 years now. We were interviewing fire chiefs, and one of the fire chiefs we were interviewing at the time was from my hometown, from a different part of the county, Rancho Palos Verdes. And so, oh, I used to live in Palos Verdes. I went to Maryland High School. So Don hits me and he goes, "You went to high school in Maryland?" It turns out we went to high school together. I'm much older than she is, but we were there at this kind of at the same time. So the small world that comes there. But I'd like to invite your father up, Don, to swear you in.
Good morning.
Could I start off by saying I'm really proud to be able to be here and to do this because she's been through a lot. She's tough, she's honest, and she's fair. So just work with her and you'll have a winner. Your oath of office, repeat after me. I, Don Rao,
I, Don Rao,
do solemnly swear and or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will take this obligation freely
that I will take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you. Oh, sign.
Let's hear it again for newly elected supervisors Cook, Baca, and Rao. Congratulations, everyone. I do have the hardware that comes with it. We're going to have the newly sworn in folks speak here a little bit. I'm going to start off with Supervisor Baca. And I know you have a little special lady here today that has a special day as well, right? push the little button on the bottom.
Yes, thank you, Chairman Hagman. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. First of all, I want to thank my family who's here today. And without my family and family support, I wouldn't be here today. So I want to thank them and publicly acknowledge them. I'd like to introduce my father, who had the opportunity to swear me in, and I'm very proud of my father and everything he's taught me about being a public servant, working hard, his experience as a community college member, state assembly member, a state senator, and U.S. congressman, and I'm very proud of him and love him very much. Let's give it up for my father, Congressman Joe Baca. Congressman Joe Baca. And also the heart and soul of the family, who I'm very proud of, and she raised us. She did a great job raising us. I'm very proud of her, and I love her very much. And she's here accompanying my father, and that's my mother, the First Lady, Barbara Baca. And family is very, very important to me, and I understand in San Bernardino County how important families are to everybody and all of us here on this dais, and how important our families in San Bernardino County to me. But my family is very special. I love my wife very much, and one of the things that people have to understand, and all my colleagues understand up here, is that as a public servant, it takes time away from the family. It's really a big commitment. It's really an honor to be here. But one of the things I really want to thank is my wife, who's going to share me with the County of San Bernardino and the entire community. She works really hard. She's an employee with Edison, and she's doing a great job. My wife, who I love very much, and that's Jennifer Baca. And I have three lovely children. My oldest, she's actually watching online. Her name's Kaylee. She's actually a resident of Highland. She's in Don's ward or district, but she's here. And I have three beautiful grandchildren that are at home with her watching online. I just want to acknowledge them. And Kaylee, I love you, and the children and the girls, so we love you. But I also have two of my daughters that are here. I want to introduce my middle daughter, who's a student at St. Catherine's. She worked a half day or went half day of school, but she's here today, and that's Jocelyn Baca. Jocelyn. And my little princess, for those who don't know, today is her actual birthday. Today is her birthday. December 7th, she is our Pearl Harbor baby. We always acknowledge that, and I just want to wish her a happy birthday. Jolinda, we love you. And I'm wearing this tie in honor of her. She loves Frozen, so I got Frozen colors just for her. But she's here today. Let's give it up for the birthday girl, Jolinda Baca. One of the people I want to acknowledge, we met several years ago, and I think it's important that we acknowledge our outgoing supervisor. She served on the board for 16 years. Prior to that, she was a Fontana city councilman. I want to thank her for her good work, and she's been very gracious on handing the reins over and making the transition. She's been really good working with our staff and made herself available, and I want to thank her for her 16 years of public service on the county board, but also your public service as a Fontana city council member. Let's give it up for Josie Gonzalez. Josie Gonzalez. Thank you, Josie, for your service. And want to acknowledge the one of the cities I will be representing, a little portion of the city I'll be representing. I believe Supervisor Rutherford represents the other half, but we also have one of our mayors here from the city I'll be representing. Let's give a warm round of applause for Aquanetta Warren, Mayor Fontana. Also, we have a representative who is a staff member for me, but he's also the president of the West Valley Water Board District. Let's acknowledge Channing Hawkins, West Valley Water Board. And we have an outsider. He's an elected official, but he's the president of the Upper San Gabriel Valley Water District and my chief of staff, Ed Chavez. Ed Chavez. And, I just really look forward to working with my colleagues, Supervisor Chairman Kurt Hagman. Look forward to working with you. I know this is challenging times, probably the most difficult time to be an elected official, especially we have many challenges coming before us. Supervisor Rutherford, look forward to the great working relationship. I know we've had dialogue. We've known each other many years now. And then congratulations to the two newly elected, well, re-elected, Supervisor Rao and Supervisor Colonel Cook. I look forward to having a great working relationship with all of you. And most important thing about this office is really about moving the agenda forward of the people of this county. And one of the things that I appreciate, I want to thank the voters of the 5th District because they really believed in me. They believed in the message that we had, and they believe that we're going to go and do a good job for this county. As a public servant, we have a duty to be responsible. We have a duty to what's in the best interest of not only our district, but the entire county. And I'm looking forward to those great relationships. We have many challenges ahead of us, many services. We have negotiations with our bargaining units, and I really want to thank all of our bargaining units for doing a great job with the County of San Bernardino. I'm looking forward to building and fostering those relationships and looking forward to getting a lot of things done in this county. It's a challenge, but I have great staff. So my staff is going to be of service to you, working with my colleagues, and also be available to the public. Public accessibility is very, very important to me. And my experiences, I've served as 14 years as a Rialto City Councilman. We've accomplished great things in Rialto, but I believe we can do great things in the County of San Bernardino. And then as my two colleagues, Cook and Hagman, have some legislative experience as a state assembly member. So those are some of the things we share in common. But I just want to thank the public for being here. And please let us know that our office will be available and accessible to all of you. I want to thank all of you for coming here. I want to thank all my supporters who are watching virtually. And this is a difficult time. Normally, as Supervisor Hagman mentioned, we have a reception and we do the big thing, but these are challenging times. And I'm looking forward to taking on the challenge and working with all of you and working for this community. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Bach. Supervisor, or you still want to be called Colonel? It's always Colonel before, but Colonel Cook.
Well, first of all, this is a very, very special occasion. My wife and I, we signed the oath of office and everything like that, and I've screwed it up and this and that, as I usually do. And lately, she's had me sign so many things about I will not run for any more positions of office again. That's it. Over. Done. And at least you don't notarize this one. I was kind of surprised, but this is a very special occasion. Congressman, you don't remember me, but we were at a veterans occasion a number of years ago. I was still in the state assembly. I think I was on the Veterans Affairs Committee, and you came down. And I remember your passion and how you reached out and what you did then and all throughout your term in taking care of veterans. And somebody like me that has gone to war, been around the block a little bit, I always remember that. And, I can't remember a lot of things. I have to check my driver's license. I'm surprised they still give me one, make sure I have my full name. But I remember that occasion. And really, you got to be proud of your offspring that's here today. This is like old home week. You guys know me, and you smile. Some of you grimace. Yes, I saw that grimace. And there's a lot of people here, and I notice Josie and the mayor of Fontana in the background, and there's a rumor around that Josie's going back to her former job. And is it true you're going to be one of the Rockettes again? And is that true? What can I say? And Aquanetta. I'm not going to say a word about those Gucci bridges in Fontana, but they're going to be studied much more closely. And the point I'm making is go back a long, long ways, and I am very, very honored to be here. when I was in graduate school, I had Congress, things like that. I never even thought about it. And the irony is that I was working on a paper for my PhD, which I still have to go back and finish. And it was on, and what I was going to do was look at the differences of government. And the differences of government and control and freedom and everything else was local government, which is where it all begins. And then you look at county government, you look at state government, and you look at federal government. Now, I had no clue, and I wasn't you got to remember, I'm not the youngest one on the board here. When I enlisted in the Marine Corps, Millard Fillmore was president of the United States, and they were still building the Erie Canal. And you guys are in any of you students, there's going to be a quiz afterwards. But that is part of the reason I got involved in it. And that was to learn and make a difference. What is the difference and how you can make a difference to serve your community? Talk is cheap, but the hard part is getting involved and listening to the phone calls, listening to people make certain threats, everything like that. You've really, really got to care. And Larry, did Larry leave? I thought as soon as I started speaking, but Larry, and I've known him since he was first elected mayor of Highland in 1947 or 48. But we'd go to a lot of county meetings, and Larry would, by the way, he's one of the smartest guys in the world. He would read everything. He knew all these things. And I would ask him, Larry, what's that 4-syllable word mean there? But you come in contact, and just like the board here, people that care. And that is the bottom line. No one has to tell me you put up with a lot of crap and you're going to put up with more and more and more. You have to have the fire in the belly, and that is that you care about your fellow citizens and you're willing to do this. So on behalf of everyone who has served in the past, and I think I am just so honored to be part of this organization. Our new elected member, that young man at the end there, sharp tie there, Congressman. I tried to, okay, you got the memo. But the point is that I'm really excited. I'm just hoping my wife, I had to do a sales talk on this to run for this, and she's put up with more of this stuff. And I love you dearly wherever you're hiding right now. And, it's not an easy endeavor, and you need that support system that are going to carry you through. So I'm welcome to be here, and looking forward to all of the great things we're going to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. Returning Supervisor Rao.
What do you mean, don't say anything? It's going to be a long 4 years with Colonel Cook. I am incredibly blessed to be here. God has placed me at the intersection of opportunity and given me a chance to really take some of the passions that I have, apply them to county government from what used to be local government. Had the fortunate opportunity to work with Congressman Cook, then Assemblyman Cook, and then Congressman Cook, and was a part of your team there. It's like getting the band back together here with a lot of the familiar faces in the audience, and we will do great things like we've done before. So I'm excited to work with you again. Welcome also to you. It will be an honor to work with you. I would like to thank the voters like you did. It is an honor to be here. It has been a long journey for me from the time that I was appointed in December of 2018 through various battles that we have had to wage, and I have learned an awful lot. I have been humbled along the way. I have had the chance to work with great people and learn an awful lot. And I have 11 cities that I represent. Mayor McAllen, thank you for coming here today to represent one of those. Chairman Ramirez from the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, thank you also for joining us. We have a lot of great partnerships, and I appreciate your willingness to come and celebrate today. We have a county staff that has been tremendous of my support here and helping me to figure out the way, not only around the 5th floor and how to get in and out of the building, but how to be successful for our residents that we represent countywide, but specifically in the 3rd District. Leonard, your team is great. I appreciate all of the support from you. My team, I see a number of them in the back. Those of you who are here today, thank you for coming and thank you for the continued support. It has been a wild roller coaster over the last 2 years. With a lot of uncertainty through various court battles, and thank you for sticking it out and staying with me. We would not be where we are today without you. And for those of you watching online, thank you for your support. And to my peers on the board, thank you for giving me the opportunity 2 years ago to put your trust and your faith in me. I was visiting with Supervisor Gonzalez this morning about the weight, the pressure to not let you down, to represent. It's very difficult to make that appointment and to choose someone, and thank you for giving me that opportunity. I look forward to working with you, Supervisor, and you also, Congressman, and we will do great things together. And last but not least, I would really like to thank my family. I have a number of people here today and then 2 very special people who were not able to be here. But I have my father, Bob Haynes, in the audience, my stepmom, Elizabeth, my better half, Pete, and then his daughter, Virginia. And we are, unfortunately, I can't welcome my children because they're in the middle of finals. My son is at Seton Hall back in New Jersey, and my daughter is at USC. And so the timing didn't work out, but they are watching online. So the support that I've received from all of them, including and especially Pete, thank you very much. As you've heard today, it takes a toll on the family members. And so I thank you for being supportive and allowing me the opportunity to do this. And much like Paul said, I swear, maybe only one more term type of thing. At first it was 2 years and now we're up to 6 years. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. And it's been an incredible journey, and I'm very blessed that God has placed me here to do good work for our citizens. So thank you very much.
Well, I want to congratulate all those who got sworn in again today. It's going to be a pleasure to continue to work with you, Supervisor Rao and Supervisor Baca. This is a very honored to have you here. You're going to do great things for the county, and you got some great lineage here. Big shoes to always fill, but you've already done a lot on your own for another 14 years. Colonel, it's great to see you again, once again. We'll look forward to working together. And they jump into a time where this has not been the easiest year to be in government. After we get all our friends and family to get together, so for some more photos and things like that and say some good well wishes, we have to go to work. As you heard, what the governor came down this weekend for our county, started at midnight last night. And so we get started off running immediately today. And it's been a challenging year, but it's when good leadership comes together with a great team. You're now part of a 20,000 plus family organization that will seek your advice and counsel and guidance as we go through these trying times going forward. So congratulations again to all 3 of you, and welcome, and look forward to our years of service together. With that, I'll adjourn and let you guys take your pictures and do whatever you need to do. But thank you. And actually, we'd like to get all 5 of us up a picture first before we get the rest of us in. Even though we have masks on.